Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are outside barbecuing and we are making these delicious pork and bacon skewers. I like to call them my Porkception skewers. We're serving this with a spicy peanut sauce as well as a refreshing mango salad. If you want to learn how to make these, stay tuned for the recipe. We're starting off by marinating our pork chops, and we will need some ginger, coffee, maple syrup, fancy molasses, and some dried chili flakes. Now you may be thinking coffee is a little bit of a weird ingredient, but trust me, this tastes amazing in this recipe. I went ahead and brewed a really strong coffee, and now I'm going to cube my pork. I'm removing a little bit of the fat since we're threading bacon with these skewers, so we don't need that much fat, and I'm just cutting it off and cutting the pork chops into 1-inch cubes. These are some local pork chops that I picked up from the chop shop at the Root Cellar, and I love their meat there because everything is local and island raised. So cut your pork into 1-inch cubes just like this, and then add them back to your bowl and just continue the process of trimming the fat and cubing up the pork chops. Now I posted this recipe to my Instagram page last week as part of the Kitchen Improv YYJ competition, and I've never gotten such a good response and so many requests for a recipe before. So for all you guys who asked me on Instagram, here's the recipe and even a video. So I hope you guys enjoy. Next, we're going to go ahead and chop up some ginger, and I'm just going to peel it really quickly here with a spoon and then chop it up into really finely diced pieces. You want to make sure to finely chop your ginger just so that all the flavor can go from the ginger into the pork chop as it marinades. And I think pork and ginger are such a great flavor combination, and with the addition of a few other ingredients, it kind of becomes an Asian Caribbean sort of fusion. Once you add your ginger to the pork, go ahead and add some dried chili flakes. This gives it a little bit of spice and makes it extra delicious. And then you want to add some molasses, and the key to getting molasses to actually come out of the measuring spoon is to actually coat the measuring spoon with a little drop of oil, and this sort of creates a barrier for when you put the molasses in, it just slides right out and you're not left with a sticky mess in your spoon. And in this recipe, I'm using fancy molasses, which is a little bit sweet and a little bit smoky, which really goes well with the pork and all of that delicious charredness that it gets from the barbecue. So, and as you can see right there, the oil helped the molasses slide right off. So use that trick. Next, we're adding some maple syrup, followed by some soy sauce for a little bit of sweet and salty flavor to go with the pork. And then next we're adding in our coffee, and this adds a nice smoky kind of chocolatey flavor, and I'm using local coffee for this from Salt Spring Island, so another local ingredient. And then just mix everything up to combine and then place in the fridge for at least 4 hours to marinate. You want a lot of time for all the flavors to get infused, and if you want to do this overnight, you totally can do that as well. Now while the pork finishes marinating in the fridge, we're going to go ahead and make a mango salad. And the mango salad goes super well with this recipe because it really cuts a lot of the fat from the pork and bacon skewers as well as from the peanut butter dip. So I'm going to go ahead and slice up the mango, and I'm using a serrated knife to peel it first, and then I'm just going to slice it into little matchsticks. Then I'm going to chop up my tomato. I'm slicing it in half, and as you can see, there's lots of seeds inside, and you want to go ahead and squeeze that out. So remove all the seeds and then slice it up into matchsticks. And removing the seeds is really helpful because it'll make your salad way less soggy. So go ahead and add all the matchsticks of tomatoes into the bowl with the mangoes. And then I'm adding half an apple, and apples are definitely not traditional in a mango salad, but it actually was one of the ingredients that we had to use in this week's Kitchen Improv competition. So I really did like the addition of it because it was nice and crisp and crunchy and really worked well with the soft mango and tomato. So I might be adding apples to my mango salad from now on. And then for the dressing, we're going to go ahead and squeeze a lime over all the apples and mango and tomato and add some olive oil. And the lime is really great. It's really tropical and refreshing, and it prevents the apples from turning that weird brown color. So adding that along with some pepper and just giving everything a quick mix up. Finally, we're adding in some cilantro leaves, and I'm just going ahead and just tearing these roughly into the salad and giving everything a mix up. And after I mix up the salad, I like to give it a taste just to make sure that all the flavors are balanced, and I found that I needed a little bit more sweetness, so I added a dash of maple syrup into here. You can definitely use maple syrup or sugar or any sugar substitute of your choice. So once you have everything the way you like it, pop it in the fridge until we're ready for it. And to accompany the pork and bacon skewers, we're going to make a simple peanut sauce, and this is really similar to a peanut satay sauce. Now, I actually ran out of peanut butter from the last time I made this recipe, so I'm just substituting a nut seed butter, and we got this from Costco actually. Also going ahead and adding some soy sauce to this, again some more maple syrup for sweetness, some sesame oil, and then lots of sriracha. I like it spicy, so I add about a 1/4 cup, but you can sort of add or subtract as you see fit. Next, just go ahead and mix everything up, and it'll come together into a beautiful red sauce just like this. And then for presentation purposes, I like to serve the peanut dipping sauce in a separate bowl, so I'm going ahead and adding it to a small little bowl. And I like to give it a little swoosh to make it look all pretty, and then I'm just going to set it aside until I need it when I serve the pork skewers. And now we're going to go ahead and skewer the pork, and with this I'm using another local ingredient from Red Barn Markets. This is their double smoked bacon, and I think this is probably my most favorite bacon in the whole world, so if you're in Victoria, definitely go ahead and pick some up from Red Barn. Now we're going to go ahead and take our skewers and put a little cube of pork onto the skewer. You want to make sure that it's not too deep, it's only 1 centimeter from the top of the pointy end of the skewer, and then you're going to go ahead and skewer your bacon. Try and get it into like a meaty part of the bacon, and then add another piece of pork on top. Then wrap your bacon around, and again try and put it through a meatier portion of the bacon and continue the process. And you want to sort of make it a little S shape with the bacon as you wrap it up the skewer. So just alternate with a slice of bacon and a little bit of pork, but make sure to end on a piece of pork. It's just so it can hold everything together. Just like so. Once you have your first beautiful pork and bacon skewer, go ahead and continue the process for the rest of the pork and the bacon. Once all your pork and bacon skewers are done, set them on a plate, and then we'll take them out to the barbecue. So now we're on our back porch and we're getting ready to barbecue. You want to preheat your grill to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and it seems really hot, but these pork skewers are going to cook pretty quickly. So go ahead and add your pork skewers to the grill, and I like to add them near the edge so that the skewer kind of sticks off the side, and this will help prevent the skewer from totally burning. So add all your skewers on and cook them for 2 minutes on the first side. So after 2 minutes, go ahead and flip your pork. And another advantage of having the skewers near the edge of the barbecue is that so you can actually flip them. So go ahead and flip everything and then cook them for another 2 minutes on the other side. And you want to repeat this process on the other 2 sides of the pork, cooking them again for 2 minutes per side for a total of 8 minutes altogether. When you're cooking these pork and bacon skewers, make sure you cook them the entire time with the lid open. This will prevent any crazy flare-ups of the bacon fat dripping down into the grill. As you can see, it's really smoky and really fiery, so we're going to go ahead and move the bacon skewers onto the top rack of the grill, and this will move them slightly away from the heat but still allow them to keep cooking. Now you want to go ahead and close the lid of your grill and turn off all the heat. You want to cook them inside and sort of bake them for about 2 minutes, flip them over, and then go ahead and close the lid again to allow them to cook for another 2 minutes. This will make sure that the pork is fully cooked through and the bacon gets nice and crispy. Once they're done, just transfer them to a plate and then bring them inside and let them rest for about 10 minutes. To serve these pork and bacon skewers, I like to do everything on one plate. So I'm adding some leaves from my garden just for decoration, and then I'm adding the mango salad into a big pile in the center of the plate. And this is super easy for guests to just help themselves and scoop up whatever they want. Then right on top of the mango salad, go ahead and add your pork and bacon skewers, and look at all these beautiful colors. I can't believe how beautiful this looks. For garnish, add a few slices of lime, and then a sprinkle of fresh cilantro leaves right on top of. And of course, don't forget the peanut dipping sauce that we made earlier. And there you have it, delicious pork and bacon skewers served with a mango salad and a spicy peanut dipping sauce. If you guys love pork, this is the recipe for you, and it's perfect for summer grilling. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, and for the full directions and measurements for this recipe, visit my website. I'll link it in the description box below so you can make this recipe at home. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in my next video.